Hi, everybody, and welcome back to class. It's Mark, and today is Friday, September the 2nd. I'm recording this a little bit early because we're on the cusp of Labor Day weekend, and I hope everyone in the class has a great and safe holiday. Of course, your assignments will be due on Patriot Day, which is Sunday, September the 11th. So we've got a full week to get everything done, and I think you'll find that the workload for this week is pretty manageable. I'm going to go into class session 3, and we'll see what we have to do there. In class session 2, you had to turn in your first draft of your first writing assignment. And in this session, as you will see, we will begin to review those drafts. You will get a review from me as well, but you'll get it directly. And the purpose of this class session is to provide peer review, peer support before you turn in that final version. So when that final version comes in, it's as solid as it could possibly be. I want to point out that there is one textbook chapter to be read, and that is chapter 24, MLA style. Do not read chapter 25. You don't need it because we don't write in APA, so skip that one. That's one less thing you have to do. There are some other learning activities listed here: critical rereading, review of core reading, and these three. Now, as I've said before, anytime you see the word supplemental, it means you don't have to do it. If you've been an online student in the past, you are probably very well versed in peer response, so you might not need this. The same with the PowerPoint on principles of peer response. It's not listed as a supplemental, but that's how I am viewing it. So if you think you're good on this, go ahead and go straight to the discussion board. You know what you're doing. I would encourage everyone to go ahead and do the MLA practice activity because there is a quiz for this week on MLA. Again, you don't need to do the APA practice activity. I think I have deleted that, but just in case you do see it, don't do it. Just the MLA practice activity. And as I've said before, once you do the practice activity, jump directly into the quiz. You'll do great. Here are our assignments. Session 3 and Session 4, we are beginning a new discussion board, and I was pleased to see before I started recording this that several people have already started this thread. We'll be posting our original response. We are writing the peer response on Writing Project 1, and then there is the MLA exercise. So I don't believe there's much I need to cover in learning activities, but I'll go ahead and open that folder just to make sure. There's your textbook, of course, the PowerPoint on critical rereading. Here is your core reading folder again, another place you can find it should you need to go back to your original article, and you will in this session because you're going to start a new discussion board on that. And then the supplemental activities, the PowerPoint, peer response demonstration, and the practice activity. Make sure you do this one before you do the quiz. It'll be a piece of cake. Excuse me. Let's go spend more time on assignments and assessments. For Session 3, this is our new discussion board. We will not finish it this week. We will extend it for one additional week into Session 4. But this is a post that you will write yourself about your core reading. Now notice there are a whole lot of questions listed here, 8 of them. You don't have to do all 8. As the instructions say, just go ahead and pick 4. And give us more detail about your core reading and the person who wrote it and what is the message of the core reading. I have not read everything that's in the core readings. I doubt you have either. But when I read your draft and when others read your draft, this is your opportunity to tell us more about the subject you are writing about. Again, it's only 200 words, so you can be brief, succinct, and to the point, but go ahead and hit on at least 4 of these. Any 4 you get to pick. Here is the exercise on MLA style. Again, take the practice one first. I don't think I need to open the instructions on peer response. I think we're good on that, but let's go ahead and take a look at the peer response discussion board. There are already several posts in here. Now, of course, this is being recorded, as I said, on Friday, September 2nd. The due date has not yet come, so if you don't see yours listed here, no problem. As of the time of this recording, you still have 2 more days, and I'm sure everyone will get it in. I do not expect, and nor is it reasonable for me to expect, that you will read all of these. What I do want you to do is to respond to 2. And if you look and see that someone already has a couple of responses, well, then you might want to pick another one. Brianna just turned hers in, I think, yeah, 4 hours ago today, so no one has yet reviewed it. So if you see one that doesn't have any response, go ahead and add on to that person. We want to make sure that everyone gets as much review and positive criticism as possible. The whole point of this is to make your final draft as good as it can be. Let's take a look at Kara's. She got hers in a couple of days ago. Good job, Kara. Got in early. Now, I'm not going to open Kara's because it's attached as a Word document. That's fine. But notice we have a response from David, and I think he did a fair assessment of this. He does point out that this says good tone, good message, good grammar. That's great. But he also includes a little bit of criticism that Kara could use to make her final draft even better. So good job, David. That's the kind of response that we want to see. Now, I'll also add in that because several students have already turned in their final drafts, I have not yet begun to read them. I will read them, and I'll probably start working on that over the Labor Day weekend. And each of you will get an email from me or an attachment in the Grade Center. That's probably more likely how I'll do this. And it'll be a Word document that I have made comments upon your draft. It's important, and I'll mention this again in subsequent videos because this has been a small problem in the past. When you open the Word document, if you simply view it, you won't see my comments. But if you save the file, download it, and then open it in Word, everything that I include should be abundantly clear. It will take me a little time to get through all of them, but I will post them as soon as I can. Because this is our first class together, I want you to know that I take my commitment in providing feedback to you and grading very seriously, and I try to get things to you as quickly as I can. I do wait until the due deadline, can't say that right, the due deadline comes and goes, and I don't start working on them until it has passed. But I will start reviewing these this coming Sunday, and I'll get them back to you as quickly as I can. It looks like that is it for all of this week. Again, how do you stay in touch with me? Well, you know the routine by now. You text me anytime, 812-498-4200. If you want to send me an email, it's mstenger and the number 1 at ivytech.edu. If you'd like to call, you're welcome to do that. It's 800-416-1747. Have a great Labor Day, everybody. I'll see you around.